Hi, everybody. It's Gene Simmons, and you're not, and you're listening to the Potter Than Hell podcast with Steve, BC, BB, and Dylan. But you knew that, didn't you?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Potter Than Hell podcast. This is your last stop on the crazy train of hard rock and heavy metal. So sit back, buckle in, and hang on. Here we go.
Hello, Potter Than Hellions. Welcome back to the Potter Than Hell podcast. This is Steve, and we have a crew tonight. Across from me is
BC.
Next to me is
BB.
Next to me on the other side,
Chris.
And the other guy in the gray shirt, Ray. Rich.
Ray.
Right.
Rich. Are you
have
okay?
a fever?
Just bear with me. I have the cruise crud, okay? And we have an observer tonight.
Scotty.
All right, Scotty from the Kiss Cruise here hanging out with us. And who do we got on your end there?
Steven Michael from the Growin Up Rock Podcast, and
we got Sonny and
Canada Rob.
All right, the gang's all here. Welcome back. We are semi-fresh back from Monsters of Rock Cruise 2026 out of Miami to Puerto Plata and Grand Turks and Caicos. I didn't see any Caicos. I only saw Grand Turks, by the way. Is that the same thing? I don't know. Anyway, like I said, bear with me, please. I am like sick as a dog. We get the cruise crud. How's everybody doing? BB, how are you?
I'm doing good. No cruise crud for me, so, that's a plus. But had a great time. Now that we're back in Northeast Pennsylvania, one of the first days we get back, it fucking snows. So, fucking love it up here in Northeast Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it did snow. Like 2 days it snowed since we were back. It's crazy. Canada Rob, how are you, buddy?
Doing very well. No cruise crud. Had to catch up on some sleep, but other than that, all good.
All right. Sonny, how are you, buddy?
all is good here. All rhinos have been rode. I am in a great mood, and I can punch through walls right now.
All right.
Oh.
Like the Incredible Hulk, Sonny.
Right? Oh, some.
All right. Richie, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. Welcome back to Northeast PA. First day back 70, the next day 32. Beautiful.
You gotta love it, right?
Yeah.
On the motorcycle one day and the snowmobile the
I
next.
went from motorcycle to sled. Yes.
Scott, how are you?
Doing well, thanks. Hey, thanks for having me. Interested in hearing about your experiences on the cruise.
All right. BC, how are you doing, buddy?
Great. Yeah, man. Back to the grind.
100%.
Yeah.
Steven, how are you, buddy? Did you miss us?
yeah, all is well. I missed you. I kept up with you through Facebook, though.
Awesome. Cool. All right. Before we move on, last week we had Steven on. We did the Monsters of Rock Cruise album battle ones. We did I forget which ones. It's been a long cruise. But Steven, I enjoyed that episode though. It was fun. How'd you like it?
Yeah, it was good. We did Skid Row, Tesla Mechanical Incidents. We did Cherry Pie. We did Y&T Mean Street. We did Pretty Maids, Future World. What else did we do? We did Cinderella debut, Night Songs, and we did Bullet Boys debut. And I think that was it, wasn't it? Was I it? Slaughter, Stick It To You, and something else.
Yeah, it was a good one. What did you think? BB, you weren't here. BC,
No.
what did you think?
It was good. I mean, a lot of close ones, but the one was just
Blowout.
blowout.
Absolute blowout.
Their band didn't show up.
All right. We're keeping the beginning of this abbreviated this week. And so before we get into it, and what have we been listening to? Chris, how are you? What are you listening to, buddy?
I'm all right.
Are you sure? You don't
I took a break from the heavier stuff and have been listening to a lot of yacht rock.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That was what you said last time.
Well, I went back to it. I was on a boat. I came off and
I think it's a
on yacht rock.
default answer. I think you're lying.
Canada Rob, how about you, buddy?
Doing good. On the boat, I picked up the 20th anniversary CD of Crash Diet's debut, Rest in Sleaze. So gave that a couple spins today. And I've been listening to a playlist that Sonny made all about Steelheart and enjoying that. Too many ballads, though.
I agree. BB, how about you?
I'm listening to the new Hardline album, Shout, that came out the 17th. Absolutely love it. I think I brought up maybe one of their songs maybe a month or two ago. Absolutely love it. Definitely going to make my top 10 list for sure.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't get a chance to check that one out yet. Steven, how about you?
Just been checking out the new Brother Kane and the new live album by Thunder Mother. Those are a couple of things I've been listening to. And then, of course, whatever homework we're doing for the podcast.
Richard.
I needed a couple of days to recover after this escapade. And then I got whirlwinded right back into the real world of work early on Monday. So I got to tell you, I haven't listened to not one damn thing.
What, you just drive around in silence?
I don't drive. It's been locked in front of a computer and a phone and conference calls and bullshit.
No background music or nothing?
No distraction.
No, not when you work from home, my friend.
Well, you can't have that shit going on in the background.
Weak.
No.
How about when you came over to Mountain? Hair Nation?
You listen to anything on the way over here?
Oh, like on my way here? Oh, yeah, it was Hair Nation and Boneyard. 100%.
Just like he says every other time.
Yeah. That's his go-to answer.
Right?
Yeah.
Sounds like a default to me.
It does.
Ha.
Sonny, how about you?
Check the fucking
You want to check?
So after seeing Hoekstra and Gibbs, I wanted to deep dive all things Brandon Gibbs. So got home and looked up Devil City Angels, checked out their self-titled album, was released in 2015. And on that album is Tracy Guns, Eric Brittenham, Ricky Rocket, I don't know why, and then Brandon Gibbs. So that's the four guys. If you've never tried Devil City Angels, that first album's pretty good. I would check Numb, Boneyard, and No Angels. It was surprisingly good. The first half of the album's better than the second half, but after seeing Gibbs, I just wanted to give it a shot.
BC, you been fishing lately?
No. Pretty much just been catching up on the catalog of the Almighty. Really dug them on the ship, so.
Why?
Went down that rabbit hole.
Lost a bet, I guess.
No, they rock.
Let me guess, you're in the casino for that, right, Sonny?
Nope, I saw it. It's all kinds of meh.
Steven.
For me, I was band that we saw on the last day of the cruise. I am kind of kicking myself in the ass that I missed the first show from these guys. And I know we watched it on the last day, that Azamel. And
sorry,
I thought it was fucking awesome. Like, they are like Motorhead Jr. I thought it was fantastic. I listened to the whole catalog, and I've been kind of binging on those guys. So that's what we got going. Some Azamel for me, Almighty for BC. Hardline new album shout for BB. The new Brother King and Thunder Mother Live for Steven. Brandon Gibbs, the Devil City Angels album. Sonny, I had that when it came out, really, really good. Yacht Rock for our buddy Boo Boo here, and some Hair Nation, Richard's Default. 20th anniversary Crash Diet Rest in Sleeves for Canada Rob, along with a Steelheart playlist that Sonny put together for him. So, at my own peril and our own peril, I am going to turn the show over to the king of FOMO, and he's going to guide us through this. I'm Catholic, but I may bless myself here. Steven, what do you got for us, buddy?
All right. Well, I didn't get to go on the Monsters of Rock cruise this year, so I got a lot of questions for you people. And I'm going to get right into it and start with the pre-party. So let's start with this pre-party. To me, the lineup was super weak looking, other than Y&T, of course, headlining. So let me start there. You guys arrived in Miami. Let's start with you, Steve. Did you guys all stay at the normal Hampton Inn there in Brickell like we normally do?
Yeah, we stayed there. Chris and Pam, they did not. Canada Rob, him, and Brian Hendrickson, they stayed at the hotel by the casino where they usually stay. And, we stayed at the usual place, did our pizza, normal pizza place on Saturday. And we hit the pre-party from there. We did 2 different Ubers going to the show. I think it was it me and you, BB, that went up in the Uber?
You and me did the thing.
Oh, me and Richie, yeah.
And then we did tacos after on the way back.
We did late night tacos again too. But good time the night before we got there. We had dinner at the sports pub next door. Tony and Gina met us there as well, and we just had a good time. Myself and Sonny were able to record an episode for Hotter Than Hell Saturday during the between breakfast and lunch, And we had a typical Saturday there. And then, we went to the pre-party, and we can get into that, which was kind of, you're right, the lineup was kind of meh for the most part.
So, Rob, let me ask you this. Did you guys get there on time to see all the bands, or did you show up late?
We missed Soto Beeler, and we saw the last 2 or 3 songs of Pretty Boy Floyd. And then all the rest we saw.
And then all the rest. Okay. So you were there for the Poison cover band as well, called Poisoned, I believe. Correct?
Shot of Poison.
No, Shot of Poison. Shot of Poison.
Shot of Poison. Okay. Don't want to get that wrong, for God's sakes.
And we saw Madam X.
Okay. Yeah. So, Granza, let's start with you. Did you have a particular surprise of the night from the bands that played that night? Was there a band that was really bad or really good that stuck out to you?
Madam X was really bad, and Y&T was really good.
Yeah, well, that's probably going to be the answer for most. So let's exclude Y&T and just assume they were great. Sonny, was there anything that we needed to know about the Y&T show other than I'm sure it was fantastic? Was there any particular songs in the set list that maybe they hadn't played in a while for the pre-show, for the pre-concert?
Yeah, so they did I Keep On Believing, Do You Know, from In Rock We Trust, and they ended up doing Earthshaker off the Yesterday and Today record. That was my 62nd time seeing them, and I had never seen those 2 songs live. Y&T, they're just one of those bands that's like, you know what, we're going to play what we play because our fans want to hear everything. It's not just the hits, and so they'll play whatever. So it was kind of cool to get 2 pretty deep cuts.
Sonny, they also did that song from Face Melter, too.
Squeeze?
No.
I'm Coming Home?
Yes.
Yeah, they do that all the time now.
Oh, do they? Okay.
So, BB, what was your thoughts on the band Shot of Poison? Did you think they were a good facsimile of the original?
I think visually they kind of played the part. They have the original keyboardist on there, whatever his name is. I'm not the greatest Poison fan, but he kind of brought it on the keyboard. Vocally, the guy was kind of meh for me. From where we were sitting, he kind of looked like Bret Michaels. He did all the Bret Michael things. So, if you're a Poison fan, I'm sure you probably enjoyed it. Not sure about everybody else at the table, but for me, it was just probably about a 4 out of a 10.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. So I know that Poison does kind of the same set list for many, many years now. BC, did they do any deeper tracks since they were a tribute band?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Stuck.
They played the hits.
Yeah. All right, fair enough.
Very boring.
Richie.
Yep.
How about you? How was this night for you? Was there anything that stuck out with the bands that played?
Like everyone's saying, the Poison band was a little lackluster. I mean, visually, they brought it. Maybe it was where we were standing. I think the sound was a little lackluster. The guy's guitar tone was like non-existent. They visually played the parts. Like the guy looked like he was playing CC's part, and the Bret Michaels guy was going through the motions. But other than that, yeah.
He had the moves pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Visually, I mean, so they definitely orchestrated that well, but combination of the sound, and they probably got, like, let's say they got the B band mix too, right? So it wasn't really dialed in well. I've seen, I hate to say it, I've seen better local tribute bands.
Yeah.
At like the Casino up here, or at like the B-Spot or something.
Right.
Yeah. Sonny, was there anything that may have gone on at the pre-party that we didn't talk about, or anything we missed?
Yeah, I'll tell you, Madam X, something happened. The bass player threw his bass down immediately and then went and got another one. So it was like they were almost pissed when they started. And they didn't sound great. We talked about Shot of Poison. There's just no energy. Everybody knows those songs. There was no energy, which was a shame. Here's a surprise. And yes, I can't believe I'm saying it out loud either. The 2 Pretty Boy Floyd songs were actually pretty fucking good. They probably deserved the support spot.
What do you mean the 2 Pretty Boy Floyd songs? I mean, they played a regular set, right?
That's all we caught.
Oh, that's right.
We got there late.
We got there early play.
Okay. So speaking of Pretty Boy Floyd, BB, I'm going to ask you this question. You're pretty excited about Pretty Boy Floyd also. Were you a fan before you saw him, or you're a fan now? What's the situation here?
No, I was a Pretty Boy Floyd fan, especially through Steve and BC for all these years. And I was kind of excited to see them because I think I've only seen them once M3. Before at M3, and they were good then. They were on a little stage. A lot of energy then. And like Sonny said, they were actually the best thing we heard all night long, those two songs, before Y&T came on.
Sonny, we saw them at like Creatures Fest or something, didn't we? We didn't think they were that good then, were they?
It wasn't them. I don't think that was Pretty Boy Floyd. I haven't seen Pretty Boy Floyd since the late 80s.
It was that Steve Summers guy. Did he have another band or something?
I don't know.
He looks like The Walking Dead or something, right? He paints his face white and black makeup or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's possible they played at Creatures Fest. Maybe I didn't give it a shot, and that's my bad. But like I said, we walked in, and I'm like, who the hell's playing right now? I look up, I'm like, holy shit, that's Pretty Boy Floyd. That actually sounds pretty goddamn good.
All right. So Pretty Boy Floyd is the surprise of the night, it sounds like, because, I mean, Y&T, that's not a surprise. It was good. We expected it to be good. All right, so let's move on to the cruise itself. So you guys get up the next day and you head to the port, and I heard traffic was a literal mess, which I knew about to begin with because traffic in Miami Port has been a shit show now for the past year with all the construction and everything going on. So you guys get to the ship. Once you got to the Norwegian port, was it an easy boarding process, or was that a clusterfuck like last year as well? Let's ask you, Righty.
Yeah, well, and one thing, too, about getting to the port, they imploded a building that morning, too. So when we came out of the hotel, like all of the smoke and stuff was just reaching our hotel. So, you know, it had all that like
sulfur
smell.
Yeah.
And then it was me and BB were in an Uber, and we got through it with no problem. But Richie and Sonny and BC had quite an adventure on their thing. But as far as getting on the boat, we waited. Me and BB went in, but then by the time we went in, they were right behind us. We waited maybe half an hour in the cattle pen once everybody got there, and we were literally sitting at the bar in the I don't know, they call it the local bar on this ship at 11 o'clock in the morning. So it was once everyone got there, it was pretty smooth and pretty seamless for a change.
So that's good, because last year they had the ramp problem where they had one of the ramps shut down. You guys remember that? It was a pain in the ass.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So you get on the boat. You have your first drinks. What is the first show we see? Let's start with you, Granza.
First one was Ted Poley in the Social Club. That was an acoustic. Him
and Trent
and a drummer.
Made a little drummer,
and
yeah.
a drummer. And actually, Trent is from our area, so I know him fairly well, I guess. So I wanted to definitely see him with Poley, and it was a good show. Well, it was a fun way to kick it off because it was intimate. We had the front row, and it was pretty cool.
All right, so I know one of the first shows of that day was Cassidy Paris. Did anybody see the Cassidy Paris show at Spice 2.0? Sonny, I'll start with you.
Yeah, so what ended up happening was Cassidy Paris was first, and then Steelheart was a half hour behind. So I went to Cassidy Paris first. She started on time. They had keyboard tracks, backing vocal tracks. The keyboard track was really loud sometimes. Cassidy, she's a new up-and-comer, the sexy, she's dressing the part, but she was almost a little bit uncomfortable on stage, which was a little weird because it was too much rocker sexy. Like she was trying almost too hard, I thought. But she was fine. I mean, she did that Butterfly song, right? That's the Butterfly song. It came off pretty good, but I wasn't wowed by any means.
Sonny, you hit it kind of on the head. You said like it was a little too rocker. I think she was trying to be too much of a rocker, and the music wasn't that.
Mm-hmm.
Like what she was trying to, I thought what she was kind of trying to do, like physically on stage, didn't really match what music she was playing, because it was kind of
the choreography didn't match the music.
Yeah, it was like more pop rock than like hair metal stuff, and I think that it just wasn't fit for what she was trying to do physically.
She looked good doing it.
Oh, she did, for sure.
Yeah, Righty, I would agree with that. Everything that I saw online, you hit the nail on the hammer, or the hammer on the nail, which is basically the music it's not rock enough for me personally. It's a little bit too smoothed out, a little bit too pop for me. Canada Rob, did you get a chance to see any of Cassidy Paris at any of the shows, or was she just not your thing?
I was walking by the Manhattan Room one day when she was in, just starting. I saw the first couple songs. There were less than 50 people in there, so I kind of felt bad, but she gave it energy-wise, despite that. Yeah, it was okay. I was on my way to something else, but I wanted to pop in and at least see part of it.
Okay, fair enough. One of the other earlier shows before we get to Steelheart was Paradise Kitty. Did anybody check them out in the atrium at 1:30, or everybody was gone to Steelheart by then?
I didn't check them all.
No, none of us. I was on the Steelheart.
Yeah. All right. So getting to Steelheart, I saw quite a few posts from other people that were at the Steelheart show, and they thought it was very, very good. Of course, we know Sonny stalks Millie, so there's no point in even talking to Sonny about it right away. So let's start with you, Richie. Did you go to Steelheart?
Absolutely.
And
yeah, I'd seen them once before, but way back in the day. So I was kind of curious to see if Millie was still going to bring it vocally, and slightly lower in the register, but spot on. If you're not a music person like us, you would never even pick up on it. It was very good.
Yeah. BC, were you there at Steelheart?
Yeah. Typical Steelheart, very good. I mean, I didn't like the drums every now and then. It got like, I hate when it gets like distorted.
There was a lot of that on the ship, though, with that droning, like really low sub reverberation kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that brings me to a question, which is, a lot of the problems on the past Morks, the more recent Morks, have been sound issues. How was the overall sound at all the venues for this particular Mork? Because I thought it was much better last year than the year before on Royal Caribbean. But what about this year? Let's start with Sonny. Sonny, what were your thoughts on the overall sound in the venues?
Theater sound good most of the time. Spice H2O was hit and miss depending on the wind. Pool stage sounded okay depending on the wind. Social Club sounded great. Q Smokehouse sounded great. Atrium sounded great. Manhattan Room sounded great. So, did every band sound great sound-wise? Maybe not, but at times that was almost the band's fault. So, to give you an example with Steelheart, they were missing the second guitar player. So it sounded a little more muddier than usual, where usually it's a little more filled out with a second guitar that's kind of laying down that piece. And then the lighting was a little bit fucked up for the first half of the show at Steelheart, which that kind of shit sometimes happens. But they sounded great. The place was packed. But sound issues like we had like on the last Royal Caribbean, it was not that.
Yeah. BB, did you see Steelheart?
I did. I thought they were really great. Millie really brings it, still has that great voice. And it was even better because when he was actually singing, there was actually like a little echo in his vocal, which I thought was really cool. Definitely a different aspect that I remember, like seeing him years and years ago. So, I'm sure the echo kind of helps in a way, they brought it. They were one of the highlights of Sunday for sure for me.
All right, Sunday's a little bit lighter of a schedule overall. Let's talk about the Sail Away Band. So the Sail Away Band this year was Nelson plugged up with a full band, because the last few times that Nelson has been on Mork, it's just been the two brothers acoustically. So this is back to the heyday when they had the full band. I've heard mixed reports about this. Let's start with you, Wrighty. Did you see the Sail Away? And if so, how was it?
Well, I went up there for the picture. We're all kind of hanging out. And then when they started, I watched maybe half of the first song, and I was like, I'm good. So I went down to the cabin and unpacked my stuff for Nelson. And that was all I really saw of them, besides them standing in the line at Starbucks.
Okay, fair enough. Granza, did you catch any of Nelson?
Yeah, I caught about 3/4 of it. We were down on the floor right in front of the stage, kind of, and the sound wasn't good.
Yeah,
and they were kind of boring. They told a story in between every song, and then we went up on the second level, like closer to the stage, and that's when they did Love and Infection, and that was good. I really enjoyed that one, but they wasted too much time bullshitting between songs, and they were having a problem with the click track. And I think Gunnar or Matthew was going behind with the drummer trying to fix that, and the other guy was telling stories. It was just a lot of downtime for, that opening Sail Away set. It was kind of boring.
Okay, fair enough. BB?
Yeah, I only caught about 15 minutes of Nelson because I was more enthusiastic about the band that was playing in the atrium at 5 o'clock, and they went on at 4:30 on the pool stage. So I caught the first two songs. Not a big Nelson fan, never really was. It's outside, it's on the pool deck. Like Granza said, they had some issues. The two songs I was not familiar with. So I kind of cut out there probably about 15 minutes out of their set and caught a real good band.
And I'm guessing by real good band, that's a matter of opinion, but you're talking about Vane?
Yes, sir. A real good band.
Okay.
Especially at the 5 o'clock spot.
Okay, 5 o'clock in the atrium. You caught Vane. You thought they were great. I'm guessing that Sonny was unpacking his stuff at this time. Sonny, did you catch any of Vane?
So I told these guys I would give Vane 2 minutes. Okay. So I went to the atrium. I gave Vane 2 minutes. That song, Secrets, opened. Fucking god-awful. And then as soon as I saw the bass player was wearing his Merce while he was playing fucking bass, I'm like, guys, I'm out of here. I can't do this.
Okay. Let's see. I think BC, you're a Vane fan. Were you there? Did you enjoy it?
All right, I was there. Nowhere else to be on the ship at 5 o'clock. They ripped up like they normally do.
Okay.
Merce and all.
So you were in. You enjoyed it.
Yeah, we met the band afterwards.
Okay. All right.
Got to touch the Merce.
You met the band afterwards because they ain't got no fucking friends, and they'll talk to anybody who'll talk to them.
I don't know. There's quite a few people that like Vane, Sonny. All right.
I ain't met none that don't live in Northeast Pennsylvania.
All right. Canana de Rob, are you a Vane fan?
They weren't a band that I knew a ton about. I've listened a little bit on streaming. My story's a little bit the same as BB's. I saw a couple songs of Nelson and went to check out Vane, so I did not experience a full Nelson. Vane was all right. They were good, but they weren't a wow band for me.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so we're getting into the evening at this point, right? 5 o'clock. So anybody catch Crash Diet in the Manhattan Room?
Yes,
I did.
I did.
I don't know what happened.
A bunch of us did.
Okay.
What happened?
Let's start with you, Granza. You said you caught Crash Diet at 8:30 in Manhattan. How was it?
I thought they were fantastic. They were one of the highlights for me, and I actually bought a Crash Diet shirt the following afternoon.
Okay. Sonny, you were there. What were your thoughts?
They were surprisingly good. Songs are good. They're catchy. My only two problems were, one was the chemistry was a little bit questionable to me because like the bass player and the singer were almost like doing a rope-a-dope, trying to stay away from each other, which was a little weird. And then there was a point in the show where the drummer didn't just drop one stick. He dropped both. How the fuck do you drop both sticks? So for like 3 to 5 seconds, there's like nothing. You thought that like maybe they were done? And I'm like, wait a second, that was only like 25 minutes. What happened? And homie dropped both sticks. So that was a little weird. But besides that, they were surprisingly good, to be honest.
Okay, Righty, what were your thoughts on Crash Diet? Were you there?
Yeah, I was there. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. We rocked out pretty good. And it was weird because we all know our buddy Tony Masalam, him and his girlfriend Gina are, they're not what you would call tall people. But when I walked up, like he was like blocking my view. And I'm like, they wear fucking heels or something. But there was one of those rubber things that they put the cables underneath, and they were standing on that. So I kind of had to, first time ever, had to maneuver around Tony to be able to see with them ahead of me. But they were good, and Sonny was right too, because we were kind of talking about that like it seemed like they avoided each other pretty good. There was a lot of energy, but there wasn't any like rocking together. Like the guitar player and the bass player did a little bit. But like the singer, I don't think he really interacted with anyone in the band.
He didn't really even smile.
No, and they all had plenty of energy, but
yeah.
It seemed like there was some tension there. But it was a good show. I thought it was good. It was loud as fuck too.
That's the Manhattan Room. I think is entirely too loud. Entirely
at times. Yeah.
Brutal.
All right. Well. So I tried to follow along on Facebook with various different people's posts. And one of the things that came up many times after this first day was this band that I had never heard of before. And we're going to talk about them a little bit later, but I'm going to ask now for this first show. Supposedly this first show at Spice 2.0 was fantastic by this band. And I'm sorry if I mispronounce it, but it's called Azomol. I don't even know how to pronounce this, so that's the first strike against this band for me. Did anybody see this first show at Spice 2.0?
No. And like I said, what we're listening to, I'm kicking myself in the ass. I wish I did.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll talk about them a little bit later because I know some of you caught the other show a little bit later on in the cruise. Let me ask this, BB. I think you had some interaction with Anthony Corder from Tora around their show. What you want to tell us about that?
Oh yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I think it was right after we saw Crash Diet. I went upstairs. I kind of did my own little thing, just kind of went for a walk, got lost, probably went back to the room to take a dump or something. I went upstairs and went to the cafe and got a little food, and I had my Tora shirt on. And Anthony Corder, kind of him and his wife were walking. So as I'm walking towards them, I give him a little sign of my shirt. I brush off my shirt. He goes, "Wow, that's a really nice shirt. Can I take a picture with that shirt?" I go, "Anthony," I said, "I should be asking you for a picture." And he started laughing, so he took a picture. He said, "Oh, thanks, I really appreciate it." He walked away. I'm like, "Shit, I didn't even get a picture." But I was actually able to get a hold of him, and he sent me the picture. So it was kind of cool. Probably one of the nicest musicians, most humble person on that boat, for sure.
I will second that. Anytime I've had interactions with Anthony and his wife, it's been awesome. He's spent more than a half hour on various cruises talking to me and Jen at various times. Just a super, super nice individual for sure. Okay, so we're definitely into the night at this point, and it looks like Black and Blue plays the Atrium around 10:30, the same time as Steven Adler plays the pool stage. So, did everybody go to one or the other or split time? Who went and saw Black and Blue? Let me guess. BC and Righty, you guys saw Black and Blue at the Atrium at 10:30?
Well, that was kind of a clusterfuck.
We tried.
We were sitting on the rail above, and they did sound check and everything, and we're looking down. You can see them on the side of the stage. The whole band's there, with the exception of Jamie St. James. And so now I'm counting the clock because I'm going to see Queensryche. So we're sitting there, and they came on
11.
11. They came on,
it was like 11.
Like
it was
25 minutes late easily.
Yeah, it was late.
And the band, you could tell the band was pissed. So I don't know what exactly happened.
I think it was the inner monitors
or whatever. I'm not sure what took place there, but I only caught like 3 songs of them. But Richie and BC, you guys didn't stay much longer either, did you?
No, we ditched to get the Queensryche.
All right. Hey, Sonny, how were the band schedules on this cruise? Were they massively behind like on day one and then it smoothed out, or they were always behind with the schedules?
Everybody was on time except for Black and Blue that day.
Okay.
Everybody was on time.
Wow, that's really good for a first day. That's incredible.
It was weird because we talked about it later on that it was the first one in a long time where you get on the ship, and when the first band was ready to play the Sailaway show, the stage was actually built and ready to go, and everybody was on time that first day, with the exception of Black and Blue. But as the week went on, it got worse. I don't know how
that was weird.
How that happened. It was kind of like reverse of the other years where it got better as it went along. Bands were later and later as the week went on.
Yeah. Did anybody see Adler on the pool stage?
I did.
Okay. How was that?
So, well, before I even got to Adler, I stepped into the Joy Theater to hear Jizzy fucking just kill. Just sounded like complete shit on Wild and the Young. I'm like, you fuck, you stupid fucking, walked out of there. So then I go to Adler pool stage. The problem was it was so windy and kind of unfair, but they opened with Brownstone. It was awesome. Dude, Ari sounds exactly like Axl, but the problem was the sound was kind of in and out, and it was super windy, and it was cold as fuck up there. So I'm like, I don't think I could stay for the whole show, but it did put me in a position to go, you know what, next time Adler plays, I'm going to have to go check out the whole show. So it was good enough for me to go a second time later on the week.
Okay. All right. Did anybody catch the new band, Stone Whiskey and Spice 2-0 at 11:30? This is the same time as Queensryche, so I'm going to guess that the majority of you did not. Did anybody go? Nope. Okay.
No.
Fair enough. So let's get right into Queensryche, the first of 2 shows in the Joy Theater. We'll start with Righty because he's our Queensryche boy. Tell me all about it, Righty. Was it a great show?
Yeah, it was. In the theater, I went in and I was maybe 10 rows up on Michael Wilton's side. So I, of course, for my Queensryche podcast, I put all the songs in my phone, and it was great. They did nothing from the EP. They went from The Warning up to Empire, and they did a fantastic set. It was great. They sounded great, and no complaints of it at all. And for the songs that they did play and the ones that they didn't play, and Todd had said at the end of the show, we will be back on the pool stage. I think it was Thursday. Maybe they played the pool stage. And we will be back with a completely different set for the second show. So, and for the songs that they didn't play in the first set, you could kind of guess a lot of the set that was coming up because of the songs that they didn't play. But they hit Mind Crime pretty hard. It was just a fantastic show, and they sounded great. They looked awesome, and zero complaints on Queensryche.
Right.
The sound was fantastic in there. Loved it.
All right. Does anybody else want to comment on the Queensryche show from that night? No? If not, then we are going to sew up the night for day one. Does anybody have anything that they want to add before everybody goes to bed on night one?
I'll add something.
Okay.
When we first got onto the boat, we were in that I don't know if it's a martini bar or something across from that comedy club, the original comedy club from last year. There was a girl that was working for Mark Weiss, and she was piggybacking off of him about that new magazine he has out, Get Rocked or something. And she overheard me and Pam talking about magazines back in the day. So then she chimed in, and she interviewed me for the Mark Weiss piece. And may have to keep an eye out for that.
All right, there you go. That's the end of day one. Righty, you want to take it away?
Yeah. Before we get into the final day and the last part on this one, and part two will be on Growing Up Rock Podcast. Will be out on Sunday. And so we're going to play our gem song real quick, and then we'll get right back into it. And since Steelheart was so friggin' awesome, I'm going to play a song that they didn't play, but I really wish that they had played. So right now, Dylan is going to play Late for the Party from the Tangled in the Rains album, and he's going to play it right now.
All right, that brings us to day 2, which is a day at sea, Monday. And this starts with what it normally starts with on this day, which is Joel Hoekstra's Bloody Mary Hangover Jam. Everybody's waking up. Everybody's having coffee. Is this the first event for people? Let's start with you, Granza.
I didn't see that. I was napping a little bit, and we.
He was napping. He was fucking. Just say it.
No, listen.
Rhino
listen.
time.
No, we actually went to the Night Ranger Q&A at 10 o'clock because I caught Kelly's glove on Kiss Cruise, and I wanted to have him sign it. So after the Q&A, they did the little autograph session. So I took that up and I had him sign that. So that's where we were at 10 o'clock.
Okay, fair enough. How about you, Pooni? Were you there at the Bloody Mary Hangover Jam?
Yeah, so I did go. Songs were great overall. Joel did a version of Wind Cries Mary. Awesome. Russell Allen did Listen to the Music, killed it. Brandon Gibbs sang a few songs. He was great. The only butchering was fucking Keith St. John did Is This Love in the key of Q flat and fucking just butchered the song. I'm like, why is he on stage? Please get him off the fucking stage.
Who was he
but
there?
Besides that, it was great.
Who was he there with? Was he just there for the Bloody Mary Hangover Jam? Because he wasn't with any bands on the cruise, was he?
If he was just there for the Hangover Jam, Joel needs to take his money back. He needs a refund because he sucked.
Yeah, that was horrible. He was terrible.
Okay, fair enough. So the first real, anybody do the painting classes this year?
No.
Okay, so it looks like the first real band of the day is Nestor in the theater. And I think some of you guys may have gone to that. So, BB, did you go to Nestor in the theater?
I did. When I first walked in, they all have like suit coats on, and they have like I don't even know what they're called.
Looked like a marching band outfit or something.
Yeah, they had like golden ropes on their shoulders. And I'm thinking, what the hell are these guys supposed to like be like knockoff striper guys? But let me fucking tell you, these guys are probably the surprise on the boat for me. Absolutely fucking phenomenal. And when I say fucking phenomenal, there's like 18 exclamation points. Amazing band, amazing energy. The vocalist was pretty much everything I look for. You know, like there's a little bit of fast harmony. There's melodic sounds to his voice. A little bit of raspiness to him. Super amazing band. And you know, now that I look back on this, you know, they're definitely one of the bands I definitely need to check out more of.
Okay, yeah, that was your first time seeing them. The rest of us, I think, have seen them on previous cruises. Sonny, did you catch his show?
Yeah, so they had the kind of the marching band jackets on, almost trying to be a little bit of a boy band. I thought it was even funnier when the singer took off the jacket and then he had the tassel shirt on that was the same color. So they were trying to play that up a little bit. They fucking killed, dude. They sounded outstanding. Yeah. They were great.
Yeah. Canada Rob, this band a little bit too light for you, or do you dig it?
I like some light stuff actually, but they were on at the same time as the Striper Q&A, and I went to that. But when the Q&A ended, I went straight to the theater and caught the last few songs of them, and yeah, they sounded good.
Okay, fair enough. Anybody else see Nestor that they enjoyed quite a bit?
Yeah, I caught them. Actually, I watched it with Chris and Pam, and I enjoyed them. We saw probably I stayed for probably a little more than half the show.
I came late.
Well, I came even later then because you guys were down there.
Yeah.
But I thought they were fantastic. I remember them from the other cruises, and they didn't disappoint. That like we said, the marching band outfits were a little much, but didn't they have like jumpsuits on the last time they played, like flight suits or some goddamn thing? So that must be their thing to just like weird uniformly whatever. But they were good, sounded really good, and they were always one that I never had any problem with. I thought they were good.
All right, so most of the people missed the last or the first show, but BB, let me ask you, because you caught Stone Whiskey in the Q Smokehouse, and this was one of the newer bands on the cruise that some people were excited about. What were your thoughts about Stone Whiskey in the Smokehouse?
Yeah, I was one of those people that were actually excited to see them. I kind of checked them out before we got on the cruise. Album wise, I think they sound pretty good. They have like that southern heaviness and a little bit of like heavy swampiness to them, but live they're absolutely goddamn horrible. Unbelievable. When the bass guitar is louder than the vocals, there's something wrong. Well, and the guy screams.
There's no need to have bass that loud.
It was bad. The sound was bad. Vocally, the singer just pretty much screamed the whole time, and it's not like a good scream, not like a Michael Sweet high pitched scream. Yeah. It was like muddy scream. It was brutal. Times 3.
Okay, let me ask this: was it more of a sound issue or more of the band being horrible? Because it can be two different things, or it was a combination of both.
I'm gonna say it's a combination of both because we also caught them in the atrium one of the other days we were in port, and it was the same thing. It was just too loud. Vocals are too muddy. They were a shit show.
Yeah.
But was it the sound or the talent level of the band?
It was both. Because so BB and I were together. We walked into the Q Smokehouse. He goes to get a drink. We're trying to listen to this band. First of all, they were loud as fuck. There's no doubt. It was muddy. But then, the that's where the singer was, and I'm like, what the fuck is he saying? So it's like, okay, well maybe this song is just weird. So he starts talking to the next song. And then they started a song. I'm like, what did the fuck he say? Like, I don't even know what the fuck. Was that 2 X's and 3 Z's in that song? Like, I don't know what the hell he said. And then we just bounced. We're like, okay, we're done with these guys. Okay, thanks. Whatever.
Okay, so it sounds like Stone Whiskey was an epic fail. So they were not the surprise band of the cruise, it sounds like. Sonny, you had a chance to see a band that I was sort of surprised you would even get out of bed for in the Killer Dwarves. Did you catch the Killer Dwarves on the pool stage? And if so, did you lose a bet and that's why you were there?
So Roddy and I had a thing that no matter how I felt about Killer Dwarfs, that everything I was going to say was going to be positive. BC was on the floor. He didn't know what the fuck was going on. BB caught on pretty quick. BC and Richie had no idea what the fuck was going on. So yes, I went there. Lead singer's a little crazy. They did sound good, got to be honest with it. Songs are shit. I could handle about half the show. He starts doing the battle. I'm like, wow, that's great. Woohoo. Like, if I forgot to, like, woohoo, Righty would look back, and I'm like, oh, yeah, what, yeah, woohoo, yeah, good job, dude, yeah. And then I fucking left going, oh, my God, that was fucking brutal. Oh, my God, that was so bad.
At one point, Sonny goes, man, they can really write a ballad. And, like, BC snapped around, and he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because, like, each day, Sonny and I had a thing. One day we had to agree with what the other guy said. The other day we had to be positive. The other day we contradicted each other on everything. So we had something different we were doing every day, and that was the agree day. I'm like, these guys are fucking awesome. And he's like, yeah, man, they can really write it. BC and Richie were like, what the fuck? Because at one point, I think we were down in the atrium at one point, and I think BC or Richie said, what? He said, fucking, I think Pooni needs to get checked out or something like that. He's fucking liking this shit.
I thought he was drinking again.
He's drinking. Check killer doors. I drank from Joe Oakster until the killer doors.
Sounds like fun. So we're coming into what would be the first conflict for me, which is Striper and the Joy Theater going up against Crazy Licks at Spice 2.0, both starting at 3 o'clock. I'm going to guess the majority of you guys were at Striper. Righty, let's start with you. Did you go to Striper?
Nope.
Okay. Crazy Licks was at Spice 2.0 at the same time.
No, because we went there afterward.
Yeah, we went to the Manhattan room for Red Beach's fusion band instead.
Yeah, that's where we all landed.
Let's start with Striper. Sonny, I know you went to Striper.
100%. Dude, they killed. They sounded great. They did both of my favorite songs. No ballads. It was an hour set. Michael sounded great. Oz did great, although, he looked like he was about one step, anything crazy happens, he might have lost his place. And, Robert always looks like he's dying after he plays a song. So they sounded great, and they did great. No bad things to say about Striper in the theater at all.
Okay. So Steve, Richie, BC, you guys all end up at the Red Beach Fusion Band, which is just out of curiosity, that was something you guys wanted to do. Let's start with you, BC. Why the Red Beach Fusion Band, and how was it?
Why not? First of all, and as soon as we saw this at Red Beach, I think he's a phenomenal guitar player. So we were definitely going to check it out, and it was even better than I thought it was going to be. Killer band he had, and I guess he grabbed that keyboard player from the ship.
He just met him on the ship.
The way these guys just get together and just tear it up. I thought it was a great show.
Yeah, I definitely had interest to see that because I knew I would be seeing Striper later on, so I wanted to catch that. And cool to it was all, not all, but mostly instrumental, but a lot of it was improvised, because you could see he was playing away, and you could see Greg Smith on bass, and then I forget he had some dude from Pittsburgh and playing drums, and you could tell that they're kind of looking at each other, doing the time changes and stuff like that. And like BC said, the keyboard player, he just met him on the ship, and he was phenomenal. So he even had a couple keyboard solos, and it was largely instrumental, but it wasn't crazy 10-minute instrumental songs.
He knew when to stop.
Yeah.
He knew when to reel it in.
It was an Ingve.
And even he did two Hendrix songs. He did Voodoo Child, and he did Red House, and absolutely crushed it on both of them. Absolutely crushed it. And then they did Higher Ground too.
Higher Ground did.
At the end, and that was absolutely phenomenal. Wow. So I enjoyed that.
Now, I don't think anybody from this group ended up here, but I did see some online video postings of Rare Hair on the pool stage when they did Yacht Rock. And I saw some phenomenal things. I saw Russell Allen do Lido by Boz Scaggs, and I thought it was phenomenal. Did anybody else catch any of this? Because I like Yacht Rock. I'm a big fan of it.
I saw the video this morning of that same exact thing that you're talking about, Steven.
Yeah.
He sounded great.
Yeah. Yeah. He really sounded good. And I love that shit. I listen to that stuff in the morning. It's really fantastic. So I thought it was a cool kind of change of pace for the Monsters of Rock cruise to have Rare Hair do that on instead of the norm. So I thought it was kind of cool.
I knew it was called Lido Shuffle. I always just thought it was called Lido. I didn't know there's shuffle was in there.
Yeah.
It comes up on the freaking satellite radio on your dashboard.
It's not
the song.
It's
Yes.
It's not on Hair Nation or Ozzy's Boneyard there, Richard. I'm sure it's on the Yacht Rock channel.
Yeah, it
Are
is.
you
And
listening
it's
to the Rock
on
Yacht
like
channel
70s
now?
on 7, too. Come on. Get with the program.
All right, Sonny, you lose another bet and ended up at Heaven's Edge at 5 o'clock. What's up with that?
Yeah, that was the whole agreeing thing again. I got to tell you, Jaron did great. Love Jaron. I have nothing to say bad about Jaron. I hate when bands have band meetings on stage. I hate that BS. And then the singer obviously is feeling a little bit butthurt because Jaron's showing off his abs all the time. So he's took his shirt off. One, you don't sound like Robert Plant. You sound like Robert Plant's cat. And two, you ain't got Jaron's abs. Put your shirt fucking back on. The ballad was brutal. The sync moves are stupid. I just don't understand why these guys love Heaven's Edge. I couldn't get it. I can't get it. I don't understand.
All right.
God awful.
Then we're moving into the night, and we got a pretty tight schedule here at 6 o'clock. So at 6 o'clock, we have Night Ranger in the Joy Theater, Crash Diet in the Manhattan Room. At 6:30, Black Label on the pool stage, and Steelheart and Spice 2.0. Man, okay, that's a tough run of bands. So let's start with Night Ranger at the Joy Theater. I heard it was hard to even get inside the Joy Theater for this show. Did anybody see Night Ranger at the Joy Theater?
I don't think
I
so.
did.
Yeah.
Oh, Rob did.
I did, yeah. I missed the first couple songs. I went in and they were playing 7 Wishes, which I think turned out to be the third song.
That's good that they're even playing 7 Wishes, because that's slightly different. The first 2 songs you missed, I'm sure, were Rockin' America and like 4 in the Morning or Sing Me Away, because those are usually the first 2 songs all the time.
Yeah, I looked it up because Jack at one point said that they were going to do a few deeper tracks. And the 2 that I missed were Rockin' America and Touch of Madness. Then after 7 Wishes, I think it was Sing Me Away, and then they did Eddie's Coming Out Tonight, and they only did one cover. They only did, I think it was High Enough. Well, one Damn Yankees song in that set. And all the rest was Night Ranger stuff. So, yeah, I really liked it.
Well, damn.
I'm going to fucking screw myself now. Then I missed that show. Fuck.
Yeah, finally, they do a couple extra tracks. Good for them, because they have just been so ridiculous with their set list. Crash Diet, you guys already saw them once. Did anybody go back to see them in the Manhattan Room on this night?
I did for a little bit before we went up to Black Label.
Okay. So was most of the crew up top at the pool stage for Black Label then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I warned these guys. I warned Sonny how it was going to be.
Yeah. BP, you're the big Zach fan. Were you down front for Black Label, or how were you positioned?
I was a little late getting there, because I think when we went to Heaven's Edge, I think we grabbed a couple beers and we went up top. So it's probably 6:15, and everybody's pretty much lined up. But it wasn't bad as I expected. I thought there was going to be more people there, but I guess everyone was in to see Night Ranger. I thought sound-wise they weren't the greatest. Yeah, and the guitar changes, that's getting a little bit repetitive, really changing a guitar every song. It's kind of silly, and, it kind of, I don't know. For me being a big, humongous fan, it's kind of, I lose it in a way. Just play a couple. You don't have to be changing every time. You don't have to be, lifting the guitar in the air every time. Yeah, like I said, the sound wasn't the greatest. I thought the song selection was good, but the wind wasn't in their favor. I think the wind was blowing towards them, so it was a lot muddier than normal. But, I don't want to bash them too much, because, they're my boys, but
sounds like you're bashing them, buddy. All right, let's move on. Did anybody go to the Steel Heart show for the second time at Spice 2.0 or no?
No.
Okay.
I think we were all at BLS.
Yeah. All right. So it sounds like the next thing might have been Tor in the Manhattan Room. Anybody catch their set?
Yeah.
How was it?
I was there. BC was there. Maybe Richie.
I was.
Yeah, they're great. They bring it every time. You know, their sound was great. The energy was great. The crowd was. There's a lot of people in the atrium. You know, and like I said before, you know, Anthony brings it every time. It's almost he has that stage presence like it's his last show he's going to do, and every show is just phenomenal with those guys.
Sonny, it looks like you got a major conflict coming up because we got Vixen at 9, Punchlines and Backlines at 9:15, and your boyfriend Soto at 9:15. What and how the hell did you work all of that?
So I punted on Punchlines all the way around, went to Vixen, caught the whole show, and then caught the last 3 songs of Soto.
And this was the regular Soto band, right, where he's doing the heavy stuff? Okay.
Yeah. So Vixen on the pool stage, dude, they killed. And I'll tell you, they blew BLS off stage. BLS sucked. I was so pissed. I tried the front, I tried the back. I went up at the top, I went around the corner. Like, they were muddy everywhere. It was terrible. So seeing Vixen and they killed on that same stage, I'm like, okay, that's all BLS's fault then, because Vixen was fine. Rosa, hot as hell, no doubt. The girls did a great job. So then, because Soto was playing a Spice H2O, the minute Vixen finished, I headed over to Soto, and I had not seen Jeff yet. And the guys were saying, hey, have you seen Jeff yet? And I'm like, I haven't seen him around the ship. It's like, he might look like he's sick or something. So I'm like, well, that's interesting. I haven't seen him. So I go over to Spice H2O. They've got probably 3-4 songs left. I get right to the front. He's lost like 50, 60 pounds. So I don't know what caused the 50, 60 pound loss. I can tell you he was just as energetic. The voice was there. All the moves were there. Everything about his performance was dead on. So he is not at all sick. I think he had a hip replacement surgery. I know that for sure. But the band was all his normal guys, and they sounded great. Even though the wind was a problem on Spice H2O, they actually sounded pretty good. So, yeah, good for Jeff that he lost all that weight, but it's almost like too much because he's almost too skinny, to be honest.
He's like ultra skinny.
Yeah. Did anybody make Faster Pussycat at 11 o'clock on the pool stage?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Sonny front row.
It was me.
Fuck no.
Right? It was me, Canada, Rob, Richie.
No. This is my Crash and Burn night.
Oh, that was the Crash and... No, your Crash and Burn night was the next night.
Oh, no. I looked at my photos.
Oh, okay.
He had like 3 of them.
I exited mid-Tora.
There's video proof.
All right, so was me, Canada, Rob, was BC there? Or I forget who was all there.
I went to
Because I think we left and then
we went to Enough's Enough.
To eat.
We went to Enough's Enough, and then we went to Symphony X.
Symphony X, okay.
So I want to hear about Symphony X, but I will say this. All the videos that I've seen of Faster Pussycat, probably in the last few years, they have sounded way better than they ever sounded during the heyday live. So I mean, I don't know if part of that is because Tammy is cleaned up and is sober these days, but the band as a whole, I think sounds, usually really good live. So yeah, I mean, the 11 o'clock pool stage show, I think the fans dig it. They got to have it. And it sounds like you guys enjoyed it. Yes.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. We didn't stay for the whole thing.
Right.
But from what I saw, I liked they sounded good.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit breezy, but it's never not breezy up on the pool stage. But I enjoyed what we saw of them, and they did sound good.
All right, so
Everybody
who
loves
wants
it.
to tell me about Symphony X and the Joy Theater?
Well, before you do that, I did go to the comedy show, by the way.
Oh,
So did I.
back over at okay. So while Sonny was doing all his stuff, you guys went to the comedy show. What were the featured artists?
Well, it was supposed to be Jason McMaster from Dangerous Toys and Greg Smith,
Right.
but Greg Smith flaked. I don't know what happened. He was not there, and it was usual. It was Izzy, and then Courtney came up, and then Jason went, and then it was supposed to be Jameson, then Greg Smith, then Florentine, but Greg Smith wasn't there. Izzy was Izzy. I'll just leave it at that. We had full-blown AIDS again.
How was Jason
Fuck
McMaster?
Jason McMaster, you could tell he was nervous,
Yeah.
but I thought he did good. I mean, he didn't like kill it. He wasn't like a Reb Beach or a Tavatore up there, but he held his own pretty good. I thought he was decent because I had spoken with him before the show. I saw him up in the buffet, and I said, "Hey, good luck tonight doing the comedy show." And he's like, "Oh, thanks, man, thanks. I appreciate it." And then I saw him afterwards, and I said, "Man," I said, you did good." I said, and I actually had said to him, I said, that's got to be different for you. I said, you performed, all over the world in front of people. I said, but that had to be different for you. He said, dude, my fucking heart was pounding up there. He said, it is so different from getting up and doing a show, like a regular rock show. And, but I thought he did good, so it was cool. The show was good. I always enjoy that. And I missed a lot of that other stuff because I went so I could get a decent seat early. Chris and Pam, I didn't see them. They were in the back because they got there after it filled up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so Symphony X. Who can tell me about Symphony X and the Joy Theater?
I guess me and BB were there, right?
Yeah.
They were late, right?
I don't think they were that late.
They could have been a half an hour late because my first picture is 12:01.
Yeah, it might have been. I never saw them before, so I wanted to check them out. And I mean, being unfamiliar with the stuff, I think we're down front. Right?
We're down front, yeah.
Yeah, so it was a little bit on the loud side. So if I wasn't too familiar with the tunes, but I definitely want to check their albums out because Russell Allen, he's phenomenal, and the guitar guy is pretty good. I don't know who he was. Again, never seen these guys before, so they're definitely one to check out.
They're super heavy, but Russell Allen is a fantastic singer. But yeah, they're a pretty heavy band. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Does anybody have any other adventures they want to share for day 2 before we close it out?
I'd like to do a little comment on the Enough's Enough that I saw.
Sure.
I got some advice for Chip. Number 1, I think he should get a singer.
100%.
Number 2, I think 2/3 of the set was Beatles stuff or Beatles related stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't think you're going to improve on that, not with his voice. So, and they've got a dozen albums or so, right? So if you're going to ruin songs, why not have it be your own?
Wow.
They've been married to this Beatles thing since they put out that Beatles record. And it's just, I don't know why they keep going back to it. I guess because he doesn't think he can do the Donnie stuff as good, which he's right. I mean, it misses Donnie for sure. So that's too bad that they keep staying that related to that. All right, that's it.
And Vane played again in the atrium that night too, so I did catch some of that. I just want to say, all the nights they ended in the casino bar at one point or another, and great couple first days. I won't say a great pre-show, great wine tea show, good hang at the pre-party. First day was great, seamless getting on the ship. Second day, we were kind of scattered to the winds on this cruise a little more than the other cruises that we've been on, but had a great start to the cruise, and so we are going to have days 3, 4, and 5 on Growin Up Rock Podcast, and you guys can check if you listen to this when it comes out on Friday, check them out on Sunday when their episode comes out. We're gonna switch over to them. And everybody, thanks for listening. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other. We will see you next time, and there definitely will be a next time.